Welcome to my podcast, Creative Full Time, where I interview people in the entertainment industry and find out how they're doing the damn thing here in Canada. Today's guest is someone whose energy is immediately infectious. She's incredibly friendly from the very first moment I met her. She's a musician, an actor, voice actor, director, writer, and all-around star. Rock star even. You may have heard her voice in Assassin's Creed Odyssey for all my gamers. She's been in television shows like Tiny Pretty Things and What We Do in the Shadows. When she's not working, she's creating all the time. Currently the front woman of the band My Own Addiction. Today's conversation is with the incredibly talented Alexandra Augustine.
Wow, that's a really nice intro. Thank you. Holy crap, thanks.
You earned it.
Oh, Jesus. I can't, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, take it. Hi. How are you?
Good,
Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, no, my pleasure. Absolutely.
I'm so excited. So I like to start when the acting bug bit you. When were you a wee lass or?
Oh, I was a wee lass. I came out of the womb very dramatic.
Excellent.
Like from the get-go. Blue. Like I came out blue. Like when I say dramatic, it was an exodus into the world of like, I'm here, I'm dying. You know, it was very, so yeah, from the beginning.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. And did you, through school, were you able to like gear your career towards that, or were you encouraged to do more practical things?
No, it was pretty clear early on that I was gonna be an actor. Like I don't remember a time when I wasn't gonna be an actor, if that makes sense. And I think for my parents it was the same. So they were like, okay, well let's steer you in that direction.
Nice.
Even to the point where my dad at one point was like, you can't get an agent until you do university for this. Like he was like, because that generation was very like post-secondary is how you get work.
Yes.
Not the case. However, especially in this industry, like not the case.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he was very much like, that's the route you're going to take. If you are serious about this, you will do post-secondary in this.
Right.
So yeah, it's from the get-go. I was in all the school plays. I was the drama kid.
Yes.
That didn't fit in with anyone, but fit in with everyone sort of
Yes,
thing. Everyone knew who I was, but I didn't. I was the weird one.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
In all the school plays. So yeah.
Wicked. Nothing wrong with that. We actually love those.
I feel like that's what this whole industry is made of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's made of the misfits.
Yeah, we're outsiders, right? We're the ones that didn't peak in high school. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but we definitely didn't peak in high school. I know I didn't.
Exactly.
I can only speak for myself.
Oh yeah, absolutely did not.
No.
If that was the peak, we have problems. Yeah. I love it. So, where did you go to school or university for?
So I went to
acting?
York in
Nice.
Toronto. I did the acting conservatory there, and so I auditioned to get into the school. But then there was like a practical year.
Okay.
And then you had to re-audition to get into the acting stream, and they only took 16 people.
Oh, geez.
So it was very competitive, and I didn't make it. I was on the wait list, so I didn't make it like right away on the first go. And I remember that day and thinking, okay, like I didn't get in there, but how do I have to make this happen? Like at that point, the conservatory was everything or nothing. It was the biggest thing in the world, right?
Yeah.
And so my parents were devastated by the news. Like they were so upset for me, and so I took a day to mourn the crap out of it.
Oh, absolutely. Just a day?
A day of agony. Just, you know.
Yes.
And then I came down to the kitchen with where my parents were, and I had like a chart of how I was going to make it, like how I was going to train conservatory style outside of the conservatory.
Amazing.
And that my dad said to me, that's when I knew like you were going to do this no matter what.
Ooh, I just got chills and I kind of want to cry. Like, that's so
Don't do
beautiful.
I mean, he's always been very supportive of me. So I think there was, but it was at that point he thought, okay, like there's no stopping you.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
Yeah.
So then did you ever go back to school, or you followed your own program?
No, I
after
ended
that?
up getting in.
Nice.
I did. So I did end up getting in. I did 3 years conservatory style. So Tuesday to Saturday, 9 to 5, and then rehearsals, and then we did shows and stuff. So it was very intense.
Yeah.
And then also managed to get like my degree in summer school as well. So
Oh, nice.
I graduated with a Bachelor of Fine Arts, which also is a Bachelor of fuck all, but it doesn't matter because I did it.
I love that. Bachelor of fuck all. That's perfect. Oh my God. Did you come up with that? Because you should write that down.
No, definitely it's been the BFA kind of inner joke. I can't take credit for that. But
you can tell I don't have a BFA.
You know what? It doesn't
So
matter because I have one and it doesn't make a difference.
That's fair. So with that knowledge now, if you were to do it all again, would you do a conservatory or go to college, or would you just jump into acting classes?
I think that for me, it was important to do a conservatory program, not necessarily in university, but I think it is good to train at a high level because, yes, the industry is very hard, but I felt that I peaked in terms of stress and deadline hitting in school. So when it comes down to like a self-tape that needs to be bumped out like that day, I don't have anxiety over that because I literally trained for it. Yeah, and I think it allowed me to realize what acting really was. And I had gone in being like, acting is you put this thing on and you are this person, as opposed to I need to find myself authentically and present authentically. School taught me that.
Oh, amazing.
School did teach me a lot of things outside that I personally don't find useful anymore. But you need to go through that, and I think being in a safe environment to do that is so important, because if you go to classes and you find a teacher in a naive sort of fashion, and you find teachers that don't feed you properly, a lot of people quit because of that. And they think it's them and not the teaching method. So I just think it's like really important to put yourself in situations that are safe. Look, listen, school can be unsafe. Fair. Like, not to say school is the way to do it, but I do think that you need to train somehow and train rigorously, and you have the discipline to do that. Do it on your own. Most of us don't, though.
Do not.
But you have the discipline to do this, so.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Came with 10 years of not having discipline.
Okay, but you learn it, right? And so for me, the conservatory like went and just like spat me out, sort of ready to go. Yeah. Now, I was an anxious ball of nerves. There's a lot I had to deal with out of school that I didn't deal with during, but yeah, there's good stuff about it.
That's awesome. Yeah. I love that.
And I met really close friends, which
I say that about my schooling. I was like, I paid $30,000 for all my friends I have now.
And boy, was that money well spent.
Don't ever leave me.
I paid for you.
But yeah, school is good for that. Are you taking classes now? Are you in acting classes, or are you mostly band focused right now?
Well, I'm band focused right now because the industry is just
that's true
with the strikes and stuff.
Yeah.
That was honestly a coincidence just with timing. But I am taking classes. I did take a class this year, and I was taking classes consecutively for like 3 years straight. After.
And where at?
I found So I've pretty much trained. I would say I've trained with most of the studios in Toronto, and I wasn't satisfied entirely with a lot of them. Nothing to knock on them or anything. I just needed to find my own place, and I found that LB for me was like the place to go and train.
Nice.
So I trained consecutively there for a long time, and then at the end of 2021, I was like, I need to take some time away from classes to find what my beliefs and my methods are, because at a certain point you start to go, like, am I regurgitating someone else's training, right? And what is it? And actually, when I stopped, I started booking a crap ton. Like 2022 was one of my best years, and I didn't take any classes. Now, for those listening, don't take that with a grain of salt, okay? You know, So now I do train, but I train more selectively, and I'm feeding my life experience more than I am my like trainer bug.
Yeah, that's good too, because you do need to like live life in order to like understand life that you're portraying.
How strange.
I know, but it's so easy like as an actor to just go like, I will train and I will figure out the formula and then I will present well, and it's like, or
you could be human, which is what we want to see on screen.
Exactly.
Especially on screen. I mean, theater's a different monster, I think. And so, you know, for those, I did train in theater, but I've sort of left theater behind now. She's still my first love for sure, but I have done much more film and TV now, and then the live stuff is more music. So I get a bit of both.
Oh yes, that's nice. Because that's the thing I do miss about theater when I haven't done theater in a while, is like I miss like the audience and like feeding off the energy and you know, standing in the wings and being nervous and all that. But yeah, you're right. You would get that from performing in your band.
Yeah.
So cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
So tell me how the band happened.
Okay. So not to, you know, ramble. So I'll cut it up into pieces.
You can ramble if you want.
You know what? I hate actors that ramble. I can't stand it. It's so wanky, and I don't want to be that. So I'm not going to be that.
All right.
Okay.
You be you.
Okay. 2022, end of 2021, early 2022, I was doing my resolutions.
Yes.
And I did some inner thought work, and I realized that my little inner being just needed to be in a band so badly, and she was told that that's a pipe dream, which is ironic because I became an actor, which
when acting is so much more realistic.
So much more realistic. Yeah. So I said, okay, so how the hell do I do that? So I started looking at auditions. I was auditioning in the city, downtown Toronto, and then I moved out of the city, and all of a sudden there were no auditions for bands. So I did something very dangerous. I went on to Kijiji.
Yes.
And I looked it up, and there was one ad. I constantly make fun of the guitarist about it, but it was a run-on sentence of just like red flags all over. Just, don't reply to this ad, you know? And I was like, yeah, I'm replying. I had this gut feeling, man. I don't know. I just thought like I have to respond to this.
Yeah.
And the rehearsal place was like so close to my house, like our new place, and I thought, okay, I'm just gonna go audition. I had my partner look at the website, make sure it was legit. Like I was like, can you suss
Here's
this out?
my location.
Yes. So I went and auditioned, and they were like impressed. And then they said, okay, can you write us a song, like a melody and lyrics to this music track that we have? And so I did that, and they were even more impressed. And then they said, come on board.
Amazing.
So I met my bandmates that way.
That is amazing. Now, were you trained musically at all before that? Because, like, when people are like, yeah, make up a song and put, like, a melody to this, I'd be like,
but you have a start there. You see? Am I trained musically? No. Do I have the confidence to pretend? Yeah.
Excellent. That's all you need. That's
confidence
all you
is
need.
90% of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, confidence is 90%.
Literally.
I did train in voice in theater school.
Yeah.
So I know how to work my voice.
Right.
I know how to work it for voiceovers. I know how to warm up. I know all that.
Right.
So it's not like
it's like out of the blue.
No, it's not like just all of a sudden, whoa, you know. Just, you know, and we sing opera rock.
I woke up and I was super talented.
I just was born this way. So I did have like some knowledge, and I am obsessively, compulsively obsessed. Well, all the words of obsessed with rhyming and lyrics and words.
Nice.
And so my mother will tell you that I would just rhyme incessantly for hours in the car when I was a kid.
Sounds fun.
For her, yeah. For me, it was great. Yeah. She's like, you'd run out of words, and then you just make up words that rhyme. I said, oh, that's a never-ending cycle of hell.
Are you going to be a rapper then?
Yeah. Thankfully, that didn't happen. I've tried it, though. I won't lie. Yeah, so it just, when melodies and lyrics I can do.
Yeah.
And then I can put on the confidence and walk out on stage. And I honestly feel like I was made to be performing rock because I can dress how I want to dress,
Yes.
which is not how the world wants me to dress.
Fair, fair.
You know,
Yeah.
6-inch platform heels walking down Toronto streets, not exactly acceptable, whereas I can
like-
do that on stage. Yeah, they're like, what is happening?
Who's that baby giraffe?
Yeah.
I love it. Because, yeah, you're right. It is like, it's a performance, like you do have your costume, which would be like, what you wear as your persona, or, well, like your most authentic you.
People who've known me for years, and this is fairly new in my life, right? They're like, yeah, you put on this persona. And in my mind, I'm thinking,
like, no, I dug her out.
No, this is me, and you've met my persona. My persona is who comes out when I'm talking to you.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I love that, though, because it ties in with your like your New Year's resolutions of what your inner voice wanted and stuff. So.
Because I talked to my best friend about it, and she said, if your inner child wants this, then you have to do it. Like, what do you look back on and regret? That would be something I would regret for sure. Like, not trying.
Yeah.
Not trying, right?
Yeah.
So,
you're 80 years old and being like,
I should
is
try
it too
rock
late
now?
to be a rock star now?
Well, I don't want to be that. Let me try it. I've got a first note.
That's perfect.
But honestly, though, if you think about it, the world wants to put you in this box of, in like, no movement.
Yeah.
It wants to constrict you.
Yeah.
It wants to strip you. Like, when you think of a politician, tell me the color you don't think of as gray.
Absolutely gray.
Right.
It's 100%
It's
gray.
gray. It's different shades of gray, and not in a sexy way at all. Okay, right? And so I think that the world, the society we've created here, and I don't want to speak outside of Canada, because all I really know is Canada and then Greece, which is a whole other world, right? I think we create space for gray people.
Yeah.
But we don't create space for colorful people. And rock and roll is color, and it's unacceptable.
Yeah.
And so of course you're gonna live longer when you're moving on stage and you're singing, which on its own has like medical benefits. Right? Duh.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, you're not sitting at a desk 24/7.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you're sitting at a desk 24/7. Obviously your libido is gonna crash. Sex is the first part of rock and roll, okay?
That's amazing.
That's like
We're
half
gonna
a
send
joke.
you out, get the crowd going. Let me tell you about rock and roll.
Let me tell you why it's worth it, okay?
So worth it. I love that so much.
No, but yeah, rock and roll. First of all, you're active.
Yes.
Most people who sit at a desk are not active.
Absolutely.
Right? Most artists are not sitting at I would say, unless they're choosing to have a side job to fund their art.
Yeah.
Like, you're not sitting draining your energy into a thing that doesn't give you energy back.
Yeah,
But we do
exactly.
that, right? So of course it's going to give us more life.
Right.
Also, feeding your soul is going to give you more life, period.
Absolutely.
I'm sure there are some people who do want to become politicians, and maybe they live longer fulfilling that sole purpose. But I think there's an artist in all of us, and I think that a lot of us are told not to follow it.
Yeah.
And I refuse.
And I refuse.
I will not do that.
Me too.
Yeah, right?
So when you were coming out of school, going back to school now,
Yeah.
coming out of school, did you have a plan for what to do next, or did you get an agent immediately, or did you take time?
Did I have a plan? Yes. Did it go as planned?
Never does.
Never does. I got an agent out of school, so we did a showcasing out of university, and
Right.
there were all tiers of agents that went. I got a very low tier agent who I don't even think is practicing agenting. The job of being an agent anymore. I don't know what the verb of that is.
Agenting. We'll take agenting.
So I got a very low tier agent, like smaller than a boutique, like just very, very starter, and got no auditions. And was shocked that my plan of auditioning wasn't happening. It was So I had a meeting with another agent, and he completely changed the course of my career.
Nice.
He said, "Well, what are you doing?" Like,
I'm waiting.
hello, I'm awesome. What are you doing? And I said, well, like, I'm training, and I just finished school, and okay, what's your plan? Do you have headshots? I'm like, yeah, okay. What are your headshots saying? Like just questions upon questions of clearly I was not prepared for. And he said, you need a demo reel. You don't have a demo reel. Oh, didn't teach me that in school, right? All of a sudden, all the stuff that was practical in the real world, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I had to go out and get that. And so for me, it's like, as soon as I know what to do, there's no barriers in my way. I'm like, oh, we'll just do that. Okay. Oh, shit, I've been doing this wrong, but this is the right path. Okay, let's do that. So I put a binder together of all the Canadian shows in Canada. Anything that shoots in Canada, anything that has Canadian actors in it, I watched them all. I did nothing but watch television.
That's amazing.
Study it, whatever. And then I saw who they were repped by, saw what demo reels look like. I signed up on all the casting, like at the time, this was like over a decade ago, so at the time it was like Mandy was just starting out. It wasn't what it was now. Casting Workwood had just opened up. I got onto those. I started like putting myself out there, started auditioning, started actually like getting non-union work. Was it good? Yes, sometimes no, other times. And then I put together a demo reel, and then finally over the course of, I'd say like 2 years, I put together like a pretty good demo reel. I mean, looking at it now, it's not good.
Yeah, but good for the time.
But at the time, yeah.
Yeah.
And got an agent, like got my very first like legitimate agent.
Amazing.
And then was with her for 4 years. And we've built my resume up to get to, I guess, where I am now, which is like doing leads and supportings and stuff. And,
amazing.
And yeah, but that wasn't part of the plan. It just it was just figuring out like what to do step by step, you know.
Right.
So, yeah.
Nice. And so you're union, right?
I am, yeah.
So how did that happen for you?
Actually, Assassin's Creed.
Wicked.
Yeah, it's just like I consider myself quite lucky because Assassin's Creed got me from non-union to union in one step.
Oh, nice.
Because you need to get three credits, right? And I got them all within a month.
Amazing.
Which is incredible.
Yeah.
But is hard for some people to hear because obviously that's not how it works.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Your story is your story.
Yes, but you know, people think, oh, okay, I'll just get it. I'm like, well, no, it does usually take time.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I got my unionship 5 years of just doing my own thing, really. Even though I had an agent, I was doing a lot of non-union stuff, and at the time, and I don't know if it still is, but like you can audition for like union stuff, but if you're non-union, they're not going to pick you if they have an option that's union, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So I was still auditioning and still doing stuff, but I wasn't booking anything union.
Yeah.
And then Assassin's Creed came along, and the Assassin's Creed story is really cool because I had people vouching for me. And I was with my like good starter agent, but the not so good agent before had auditioned me the first time that audition went out. So she thought that she owned me because I had booked it.
Right.
But it was like a second session of auditions, so that weren't correlated. So it happened to within a year of being with my new good starter agent, I had gone into union, so we were able to like kind of build my resume from there.
Right.
So the timing of it was really good. I had casting vouching for me because my last agent was sort of dropping the ball. So a lot of things, I'm lucky.
Yeah.
I'm lucky.
So why was it the 3 credits in like 1 month for Assassin's? Is it just like you get 3 credits because it's a video game, or how did that work?
No, I think it was because it was a game and then expansions, so it was considered like different work, and
different
you needed
projects.
to put projects, and they wanted and needed union.
Oh, okay.
So they were willing to pay for the first one, and then I paid out the second one and paid my dues.
Oh, okay. Amazing.
Yeah. But I will say I have talked to a lot of non-union actors since becoming union, and my personal opinion is if you have the option to become union, even if you're like brand spanking new, do it.
Right.
And build your resume outside of in different ways, whether you're creating your own work or whatever.
Yeah.
Because that opportunity does not come very often.
That's true.
And some agents, if they don't have your best interest in mind, will tell you not to take the unionship only because it affects their submissions.
Yeah, because you get more you get submitted more being non-union on projects.
But for what?
Yeah.
As opposed to like building up your...
Yeah.
Because you're not union,
exactly.
right?
Yeah,
You're
currently,
non-union.
yeah.
How long have you been trying to get your unionship?
I mean, actively, I don't know, a while.
A while, right. And like it can be anywhere from like a year to like 10 years. I know people who've been trying to get it for years, right?
Yeah.
And they had an opportunity to take it and then didn't, and then the opportunity.
Oh, see, I've never had the opportunity.
Well,
so
when
that
it comes
makes
for
me
you,
feel better.
because when it comes,
That's
you'll
right.
take it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just need to say that because I have seen people miss
Yeah.
out on it, and then I'm like, no, but you don't think you're worthy of it, but you are so worthy of this unionship. It's not.
And I think the fear is a lot of people, we're told like, hey, once you're union, your auditions go down like a lot.
Sure.
And so like that's the fear. Oh, well, I'll get union and I'll never work again is like the fear that's just like planted.
It's 100% planted.
Yeah. So.
But it's so diminishing of what it diminishes what you're capable of doing.
Right.
You don't think you're worthy of a unionship? Honey, you pay your dues. And not only that, but like, yes, your auditions do fall at first, 100%, because you need to build your union resume up. You need to do the actor role. You don't have to. You could get a lead right away, but typically they especially in Canada, they want to be able to trust you on set.
Yeah,
okay?
absolutely.
But you can earn that up, but you're also getting jobs that are better for the most part, and you're being paid more. So I'm not like here sitting here being like pro union, right? I'm not like a union humper, whatever they call it.
No union humper.
No, a Bible thumper, or union, I don't know, whatever.
I love it.
Yeah. But I do think that there is value to being in the union, and I also think that people feel like it's this different echelon, and I think that it's not. There's so many talented actors that are non-union that just haven't had the opportunity, and vice versa. There's some people who have had the opportunity and may not be as talented.
Right.
So
That's true.
You're paying your dues. You're paying for somebody to protect you, and quite frankly, I've had situations on set where I'm so thankful that I had someone to protect me.
Okay.
So it is worth doing, I would say.
In what ways do you want, if you don't mind diving into why?
Some harassment stuff. I had a situation where our crew they were very much on drugs, but they were really disrespectful, and union swooped in, nope, out, gone.
Yeah.
Replaced it. It's good, right?
That's
Whereas
good.
on a non-union set, like,
yeah.
and you get paid on time too. That's the other thing.
That's fair too.
Yeah.
Fair too. But yeah, you're right. Like if there's any harassment stuff happening on a non-union, it's like, well, either you quit or you put up with it. Like,
and you shouldn't have to.
yeah, exactly.
You shouldn't have to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, a lot of it is luck or timing. So I can't be like, oh, I'm in the union. It happened. But,
Yeah.
but
But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So what year was Assassin's Creed?
Early 2018.
2018. Okay, so Union 2018. So 2018, and then you do like short films in 2018, 29 Sisters, Blackout.
A lot of that stuff it was student films.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because I was still, and I think that's another thing too, is that I was still putting myself out there, even though I had a good agent who was putting myself out there too. I don't like sitting still.
Yeah.
As I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
Like I just don't like sitting still. I don't like feeling that my career is in someone else's hands.
Right.
So I was doing whatever I could to get the next footage of my demo reel, keep it up to date.
Right.
Student film, sure. I mean, do I feel like I'm above that? Absolutely not. I get to act in something that a lot of the times is like really well done.
Right?
So, yeah. So that's all what that is.
Yeah.
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 And,
I agree. I would do this shit for free, but we got bills. You know?
Bills.
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 What do you mean? Rental prices? What?
Rental prices.
So you're currently with Noble Kaplan Abrams. When did you, or what was important to you in finding that agent? Like, was there any specific questions that you asked them in the interview, or?
Yeah. What do you see me as? What would you put me out for?
Right.
It's funny because being anal and completely needing to control the situation, I came in with a binder.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I can play. This is what I've played. This is who's called me in. Like I had all of it.
Nice.
And then I said to him, So, what do you see me as? Do you see me as any of these things? Because these are the things I'd want to play.
Right.
I came in like very control of my career, which, if I'm honest, in my real life, like I'm not that decisive, but when it comes to my career, I'm like this, we're doing this, right?
Yeah.
And we got along right away.
Nice.
And we could chat and have like conversations, and I felt that he had my best interest in mind, and I wasn't just another person on the roster.
That's good.
I think it's really important to be. It doesn't need to be the biggest agency in the world. They just need to root for you. They need to put their head out. They need to like want your career to do well.
Yes. Yes.
Where do you see me in 5 years? What is the plan? Like, what is the long-term plan here? I mean, COVID and strikes aside, those weren't planned either.
Yeah, exactly.
Asking, like, you are just as much there to interview them as they are you, and I think people forget that.
Yeah, and I think that's really important too. Like, it is a team effort, not like I'm working for you, please hire me. Yeah. It's a joint effort of like, together I'm a star, so
together we can make well, and I also think that there's two forms of thought when it comes to like agents and actors. I think there's the actor thinks that the agent works for them, and then there's the other one where the agent thinks that the actor is working, like the vice versa. Yeah. And I think if you can find someone where you do find that, it's kind of like dating. You find that like teamwork, then you can work really well and have a really good relationship. Right. It doesn't need to be like best friends. Yeah. It just needs to be a really good working relationship. Yeah. And I'm very thankful to have found that. That's awesome. My previous agent and in NCA too, because I have several agents in NCA because they're like a team, so it's not just the one person, it's a group, which was a whole new thing. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I saw on your IMDb it was like this agent for acting and this one for voice, and I was like, oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, it is really cool because then you know that they're focused on that. So that is a shift. That being said, that doesn't diminish though boutique agencies, because especially for someone starting out, like, if you want to be in a smaller pool so that you're put out and submitted more, right? So
I think personally boutique agencies are like the way to go until you're ready for like the big leagues. Like, I mean, I find it's really rare for a big agency to be like, we'll take a chance on you. You know, as so like rare. You're non-union and haven't done much. Come on in. It's like, no. And
if they do, you may get lost in the shuffle and just feel completely neglected. True. So why would you want that?
Yeah, right? Exactly. So yeah, it's very important to just be like, not just, you're right, like not just a name or a number on their roster, but have them fight for you, root for you.
Yeah, and vice versa. They shouldn't be a name or a big agency to you or something like worth attaining for the sake of notoriety. Yes. It should be like, I like working with these people or this person. Yeah. I know that they work hard. This is the proof of it. Or quite honestly, if you have someone vouch for you, so say, oh, you know, like I'm with this really great agent. I would love for you to meet them, like this actor that I have, like friend I have. Yeah. And this is all the reasons why. And then you go in and you don't get along with this person, why, even though you have a reference, even though you know they're a good agent, why do that to yourself? Yeah. Because then you're like, I hate corresponding with this person. And like this, you correspond with them when there are auditions quite frequently. Right? Yeah. So I think it's worth getting along with them on a just human level.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And so when you were looking for an agent, this round, did you apply to a bunch, or was it you always wanted to be with that agency, so you tried it out, or what was your thought process?
So I had a list of agencies so the way I transitioned was actually, it's kind of a like very touching story for me, because my last agent, we had a meeting, because I like to do a meeting every year and go, okay, what are our goals this year? What are we doing? Right. So I had done the work for that, and I had sent her my PDF document. Nice.
And do you say you want a meeting, or does your agent? Yeah, you do it.
I do it.
Proactive. I love it.
Oh, absolutely. Do not sit and wait.
Yes.
Do not sit and wait. It's your career.
Love it.
I mean, yes, they need to care about it, but their job is their job, and your job is to care about it. No one's gonna care more than you.
Absolutely.
So if you care, then the people will care.
Perfect.
So I had sent her my PDF, and then I said, can we meet? And she said, sure, let's meet in person. So we met. She's looking through it all. She's like, yeah, great. She's kind of like looking at me, and I'm like, what is happening right now?
Oh, no.
And she goes, honestly, there isn't much more I can do for you. You need to go up.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh, honesty. What?
What?
That's so beautiful.
I'm very, very thankful for her for that. And I don't think that happens very often. Again, I consider myself very lucky.
Yeah.
But it was a very touching moment because I was like, wait, you're telling me I need to leave? She goes, yeah. Like, you should. She says, she said, if you're going to submit to other agents, I want you to go up. Like, do not go even, go up.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I had thought about it, but it was sort of one of these like, well, maybe, but I don't need to. I have this really great thing, you know? And she's like, go little bird, go.
That's so nice. That is so beautiful. And like, good for her for being like so honest of like, hey, I agree with you. Like, you should be able to do these things and get to these places. I can't do it.
I'm just not the one to do it.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Isn't that nice?
That's like an amazing agent. That is an amazing agent. I love that.
Yeah, but again, it's like human.
Yes.
It's not about, at the end of the day, it's not about the industry. It's about being human and going,
yeah,
I want what's best for you.
Exactly.
You know? So.
And it's not just like, I'll keep you on and keep you at this spot just so that I keep getting a paycheck.
So this is where my problem with agents going, you cannot become union. Don't become union. Mm-hmm. It's like, not letting the birds fly, and seeing what they can offer, right? And I think it's very selfish, and so I'm very lucky to have had someone who was like selflessly like, I really love you, but you need to go.
That is so amazing.
So with that, it kind of narrowed down my choices of who I was going to go with.
Right.
And so I had like a list of 5, and I did apply. I did meetings. Some good, some not so good. And then...
Did all 5 get back to you?
4 got back to me.
4? Nice.
And then I just wasn't... Like, the vibe was good, but it wasn't the vibe I was looking for. Mm-hmm. And then a colleague of mine, who I call my angel, we did class together, and he said, I think you need to meet with my agent. And I was like, okay. So he made an arrangement. We met, and within about 20 minutes of talking to my agent, I was like, this is what I've been looking for.
Oh, that's amazing.
And he had the same feeling, which was really nice. And he said, hey, I'm going to stop you right there. I'm taking you on. And I was like, oh.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. So I will say, again, I'm pretty lucky. I'm just lucky.
Nothing wrong with that. Ride it out.
It will end. It will end. You're right.
No, it will not end. It will not end. It'll never end. Just don't forget me.
Hey, like, I haven't seen you in how long, and I'm here now.
I know.
Right?
I love it. So let's talk about your really good year. Actually, 2020 seemed like a good year for you too. No?
Was it?
Was it? You had Tiny Pretty Things, Unlocking Christmas, The Self-Tape Perils. What else?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good year. 2020, I actually started directing. It was like when I first got my first directing job, so nice. I was doing a lot of that, and I don't want to say like the pandemic was good for me, but it was good for me.
It's great for me.
Yeah, no, honestly, like I had a really great pandemic.
I know. I used to feel so guilty, and I'm just like, it is what it is. Like,
yeah, for me, it really made me assess. No, 2020 was good because I got to assess and reflect and see what kind of artist I wanted to be, and then shifting into directing and looking at that as maybe a viable option. Just because with the pandemic, there was no work really, right. But I was directing for a YouTube channel, so the consistency and the need for work at the time was it was needed still.
Was that Dating Beyond Borders?
Yeah,
nice. How did that come about? Was it through friends or?
So I had auditioned for Dating Beyond Borders to be the Greek girl in 2013, right out of university.
Oh damn!
And then I got that part, and then she kept bringing me in as the Greek girl, mm-hmm. And so I had done enough with her, and she was moving to Portugal, I think, at the time, 2020, I think so. Anyway, and she needed someone to be the roots back in Canada. And so she had been asking people to do it, and she had various people do it, and then it just sort of happened where she asked me if I wanted to do it. And I originally said no, like I don't know what I would be doing. She had someone else take over, and then finally she's like, I'm just gonna ask you like one more time, like, are you sure you don't want to do it? She said, I think you'd be great at it. And I said, hell, like, let's try it. Actually, my partner was like, why are you saying no? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. My answer is no. I don't know. I don't have an answer as to why it's no. And he's like, you should just do it. So I did it for pretty much 2 years straight.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Was that your first directing stuff?
Other
first
than
time
myself.
directing? Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. How do you like it?
I love it.
Nice.
Do I love it as much as acting and singing? No, but only because it's so much more stressful and so much more responsibility.
That's fair.
Like, I directed our most recent music video in July, and I literally was everything and anything on set. Like, at one point I had to like switch into costume because I was in it, and I was like, directing is really good when you have other people doing other jobs.
Right.
But in the indie directing world, because even though I'm union, I'm non-union director, right? I'm not in the DGC.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you like go into this echelon of like your fingers are in everything.
Yeah.
It's a lot of responsibility. And if the shots don't link up, and you don't have a DOP who's like, yo, the shots don't link up, you're screwed.
Yeah.
You're sitting there being like, how do I edit this? Yeah. So.
Montage.
We're gonna put some music over that. Yeah. So I do really love it. I think it's just like getting stuff out. It's like looking at something and going, how do I present this in a visual medium? So it's a whole different part of your brain.
Nice.
It's not actor brain.
Yeah.
It's not.
It is very different.
Yeah.
It is very different.
It's much more focused.
Yeah. I find after like producing something, I'll be like, you know what? I really love showing up to set, doing my job as an actor, and leaving.
Yeah.
Because you take so much of that shit home as like a producer, director, or whatever.
It's on your mind constantly.
Yeah. It's just so much homework too. Not that you don't have homework as an actor, but
it's just different.
Yeah, it's just a lot different.
And it's like you're thinking about every element, whereas acting, you're like, okay, character, lines.
Yeah, this is my job.
I'm here to do my job.
Yeah.
Whereas with producing, directing, it's a totally different hat. And then can you take that hat off when you're an actor?
Yeah. Did you find that easy, or were you like, what the hell?
I think as soon as I get on set and I can trust the director, I'm fine.
Right.
But it's like knowing, like, do I have to direct myself here? Like, what kind of director are you?
Right.
If you're an actor's director, I don't need to worry about it. I can just kind of like lay back and have fun. But if you're like an editor's director and you're just thinking of shots and you're not thinking about the actors, then I have to go, do I need to put my director hat on?
Yeah.
Is that going to be really annoying? You know? So, yeah, I think I have issues with it. Honestly, I think I have control. I like to control.
Same.
Yeah. It's all better if it's shaped the way I want it.
Exactly. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. So your great year of 2022, you say. Tell me about the great year of 2022.
So 2022, I booked part on Ruby and the Well, which is this really sweet family TV show, and they cast me as a music teacher, and I had to play guitar and sing on set.
Ooh.
And that gave me so much anxiety.
I was gonna say, I'm like, did you find that nerve-wracking?
Yes, so
Only
much.
a little bit.
Only a little. She cowers in the corner. But I actually, that job is what gave me the confidence to go, I'm auditioning for bands. Nice. If someone thinks I'm talented enough to do this for television, then I can do this.
Yeah.
So that's how the year started. Then I booked a movie for television as like the number one.
Nice.
Which was epic.
Was that your first number one? Yay!
Yeah.
So exciting. How'd you find it? Did you...
Loved it.
Yeah?
I loved it. There was...
Amazing.
No time to think about anything other than my job, which is like a dream.
Yes.
Right? So, and it was in my hometown, which was amazing too, because I grew up in Ottawa.
Nice.
So I did that. Literally was like in my childhood bedroom, getting picked up, getting driven to work, coming back, sleeping, getting picked up for 3 weeks.
Amazing.
Just incredible, right?
That's awesome.
So that was a real highlight. So much so that the first AD and I got matching tattoos.
No way!
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's a really good experience because like there's only one time of being a number one. Like you get your first time, right? So
so
we did that, and so that was a really. I felt like finally in 2022, I was like, I understand. And then there was a strike, so I don't understand it. It's fine. And then I booked What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes, it was 2 episodes for that, right?
It was 2. It was 3 days on set, but it was, I think, over 2 episodes. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And do you find with multiple episodes easier or harder for you getting into character or your character arc, things like that?
Well, so it's weird because you're entering this space that's already like so developed, right?
Yeah.
Depends when you're entering, but when it's a new TV show, you can kind of figure it out.
Yeah.
When it's an already laid out TV show, you're like, where do I fit into this?
Right.
This is not the me show. It's like their show, and like, I need to come in. And luckily for that, we had a family, so I could kind of figure out my way in with the family, and I just sort of injected myself. I'm like, okay, this is my job here in this scene. Now, in What We Do, like a lot of the stuff that we shot was cut.
Okay.
Just how like the episode is, it's only so long, right?
Yeah.
So did it matter that I found myself? I don't think so. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. You know?
I had a great time.
I had a great time. I had a dog
That's
on
amazing.
set, which is incredible too. Oh, that just reminds me. I should put that in my demo reel. Anyway, holding the dog. Anyway, yeah, it was a really good time on set, and like to be across from like these great comedians too.
Yes.
Matt
Oh my God.
Barry, dude. That man is so funny.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
So funny.
And also realizing that like you want to make jokes, but you can't make jokes. You gotta like, you're not the lead.
Yeah,
So just, like,
right.
I'm just gonna play the game here.
Yeah. Do you find it hard? Like, do you ever have that where you're like, I want to change the line here or whatever? But you're like,
100%. You're like, the comedian and the performer in me wants to be like, yeah, let's make it my show. It's like, no, stop. It's you just say it to yourself. You're just like, that'd be a good line there. Okay, whatever.
I'm so funny.
Yeah. And then they say something even funnier. You're like, oh, I could never match that. Like, you're like, it's a good thing I kept my mouth shut. Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome. I love What We Do in the Shadows. What have you found like the most difficult thing about the acting career or the acting industry? Like, what do you find the hardest part of it?
That's a good question. Constantly having to validate yourself, I think, is the hardest part. And not comparing yourself to others in this social media world. I've had this conversation with a lot of like actors and creatives, and it's interesting how people see you versus how you see yourself. And most people will look at your social media feed and think one thing, and then you're looking at it going, I'm not enough, I'm not this, I'm not successful, right? It's so petty, I guess, is the right word. Like, it so doesn't mean anything to compare yourself, because you should be comparing where you've been versus what others are doing. But I think that's the hardest part, especially now with everything being so content driven.
Yeah.
This person's pumping out more content than I am. They must be doing better than I am. They have more followers than I do. Like, it's just a nightmare.
Right.
And I don't think it helps the creative part of us. I think it's actually super detrimental, and I think that's the hardest part. Is, especially during the strike now, I think a lot of actors are feeling like they're not really actors because they're not working.
Yeah.
And I think that is one of our hardest things, is you have to go, I am not what I do. I happen to be an actor, I happen to be this, I happen to be that, but when I'm not doing it, that doesn't make me less of one.
My value is not based in whether I'm working or not.
Because even the greatest actors have unemployment. Doesn't make Meryl Streep less of an actor if she's not acting. Right? And the acting industry is like the one place that you have even less control than the rest of the arts. Like comedy, you can write your own stuff.
Yep.
Art, you can paint your own stuff. Music, you can write your own stuff. Acting, you're kind of, there's gatekeepers.
Yeah.
And I think that can really weigh on people.
Yeah.
And they can take it personally.
Yeah. And we usually learn to write our own stuff.
Well, yeah.
You have to.
But there are a lot of people who don't, though.
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
They just don't think they have the capabilities, or they don't feel like they need to. I mean, there are different echelons. If you don't feel like you need to, I'm just going to put you over here.
I wish I thought the same is how I feel. Like, that is so nice for you.
Yeah.
Because, I think I just go, like, there's no way There's no way. Like I would creatively just be such a wreck.
Well, yeah, because your soul
I have no outlet.
Yes, because your soul needs to be fed. If you're an artist and you've literally admitted that your soul needs to be fed by this art. So if you're just sitting there waiting for someone to tell you, it's literally like having to pee and being like waiting for someone to be like, you can use the washroom now. Do you know how itchy you would get?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're right. It is the exact same. Yeah, it sucks. So how do you overcome like comparison and that, like when it does arise and you're feeling down on the industry?
There's two things. One, if I can catch it early enough, then I just stop it.
How?
Oh, I'm doing it. Put my phone down, or like, okay, we need to like list some things that you've done or whatever. Go for a walk, get out of it. Like there's a threshold of catching it early,
right?
And then there's I didn't catch it early enough. I'm spiraling. I'm crying. I'm gonna see this through.
Yeah.
You see it through, and you mourn, and you cry, and you get it out, and then you realize you're being so foolish.
Then that logical brain kicks right in. You're like, bitch, why are you crying?
Why was I? Yeah, because it's not. I don't actually feel that spiral is necessarily. Actually, I don't. I know it doesn't have any logic in it.
Yeah.
Your logical brain can go, actually, this is not true. The things you're thinking are not true. But I do feel that I had to get my place to a point where I could believe that actually, in fact, was not true. Because you can spiral and actually truly believe it, and then you're just still spiraling.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think there's definitely a wave. It didn't start this way, but it has now. This is one of those fake it till you make it things. In school, I found myself to be incredibly judgmental and jealous about the craft silently to myself, like in my head.
Right.
And after school, I realized I don't want to be one of those girls who, when you go into an audition room, because this is obviously pre-COVID, you go into an audition waiting room and you're the one wishing ill on those around you. Not like I hope she falls down the stairs, but like I deserve this because I am better because because I caught myself doing that in school, and it actually like affected my craft terribly. It's not like living in a place of resentment or a place of envy kills the acting bug. So I started faking support.
Right.
Supporting. And all of a sudden you go, oh, like I like actually legitimately support you. And I actually legitimately want good for you. And all of these things that I was insecure about have gone away because I'm realizing like your worth and your value and all the things that you bring to the table. And now I genuinely feel that way. And I feel that way going into music. I like all of my, especially my female like front women, I'm so happy to see them there. And I'm so happy that the bands around me are doing well. And I'm so happy that my friends are booking jobs. And there's no like, why not me?
Right.
And I finally eliminated, I deserve this out of my dialogue. It's either like, I'm worthy of this, which has nothing to do with other people. It's like, I'm worthy of getting this job and I feel that I'm good enough for this job, but if you get it, you are totally worthy of that, and that's amazing. You know? It sounds like juju-y, but I think gratitude is a huge one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
For the craft and for like the people around you can't do this alone.
Yeah. It's such a lonely, weird career to have, and it's like, oh, you're in this alone, and then you talk to other people and you're like, oh no, we're all in this same shit boat together.
100%. So you
great.
Not only can you not do this alone, but you cannot create a film alone. You can't even you can't even have a pod unless you literally talk to yourself. You can't have a podcast alone. Right? You can't succeed alone. And so like when you resent, when you compare, you're literally going, fuck you guys. But you're not like opening up. Right. And I think I say that I'm lucky, but I think part of that too is I'm going like, what do you also have? Like, what are you offering? I'm supporting you. You're supporting me. All of a sudden, like we're creating stuff together. Right. So I think there is something about positive energy. And I do think that you can fake it till you make it. 100%. People don't need to know that you're faking it at that moment. Because eventually they won't. It'll be real. Right. Just like an orgasm. He doesn't know any better, and you're off for it, and then you figure out how to actually have one later on. With him or someone else.
With him or someone else. That's how it works.
That's how it works. Yeah.
I love that. I wanted to ask you about, you were filming in the UK with your dad. Tell me everything.
Okay, so, well, this doesn't really help in terms of the podcast because it's like in Canada and we didn't film that.
Oh,
in
no,
Canada.
that's okay. You're a Canadian talent. It's fine. It's fine. We can talk about anything.
Okay, so my dad and I, long story short, my dad and I have been working this screenplay for 8 years now.
I was going to ask if it was the same one from, you're like, my dad and I were writing a screenplay. And I was like, that's so cool. Then I saw you guys filming and I was like, is that the same script?
Yeah, so we've been working and pitching that for a very long time. Got interest in the UK. Are in the process of pitching over there to get, because it's a series.
Right.
So we want to get it made over there. So we were filming a proof of concept for Con and BBC.
Wicked.
Yeah, so the hope is that there's interest. It was crazy, like, especially to see my dad like experience that for the first time, because he's not in that field at all.
Right.
So yeah, so we filmed over there. We did auditions. We did location scouting. I mean, we were essentially executive producers, so it was a lot of like nodding yes or shaking your heads no.
Right.
Which was a cool experience. But yeah, so we left Canada to do it, but it started here. So, and it's Canadian stories, honestly. So
wicked.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So how did that come about? You guys just sat down at the dinner table one day and were like,
kind of,
yeah,
sort of. My dad has these obsessive bouts in the summer where he's reading books and he gets like really into a certain topic. So every year there's somebody, whatever. And so in 2013 or 14. He said, oh, okay, I learned about this woman who was the first parliamentary divorce case in Canada. And I was like, cool, Dad, whatever. Okay. And so he was like, I want to make it into a play. I'm like, what do you know about plays? I was like, what? Okay.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and he said, well, maybe we'll make it into a TV show. And I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. Didn't really think about it. He started writing, and he like brand new to writing, like had never written before. I guess he'd written something prior to, but it wasn't about this anyway. So he started writing, and he was like, actually, I'm very serious about this. Like, I want to make this. And he started doing so much research into it, like years and years of research into it. It's about year 3 or 4 of him being like, I'm doing this. I'm like, oh, like you're actually serious about this. Like, this is not one of those weird like obsessions that's gonna fizzle out and you're gonna pick someone new.
How the tables have turned.
Yes. Yes. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's not just a face.
It's not a face. I know. Wow. You caught me. That's yes. Oh, you're emo for life? Okay. So I was like, I can actually help you with this. Like, I know how to, I've been writing too. I've been submitting stuff for writing festivals, like secretly on the DL, and doing quite well. And so we started sitting down and actually writing about it. And we found out that like she was buried. This was a real woman. She was buried at Mount Pleasant Cemetery, unmarked grave. And at that point, we had done like years and years of research into her, and she felt like family. So we put some money down, bought her grave.
No way!
Yeah,
that is
I know
adorable.
it's weird, but it's like cute, right?
Yeah,
yeah. I think it's cute.
It's so cute.
So now she's got like an actual grave marker.
That's adorable.
And so she's family, and so we started like really being like, we're doing this for her. We're doing this for her story to be known. It's Canadian history that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
And so we worked on that season, and then my dad met someone who had done a play at the NAC, and he was really interested in the second season. So we started working on that come the pandemic. We had some interest prior to the pandemic, but when the pandemic happened, it all kind of fell through.
Yeah.
So we started working on the second season, which has now become the first season, and so that's what we were shooting in the UK.
Oh, amazing.
So the evolution of it all, so it's been 8 years of just like, you want to write, you're writing, oh, I'm writing with you, oh, we're doing this together, oh, we're researching together, oh, wow, we're in Manchester shooting this.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I think the point to take away from that is that it takes a fucking long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
To do anything.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
That's so exciting. Did you have a lot of pitching and no's?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, no's, like, yes, some like, hey, no, we're not interested, but also the immense amount of silence.
I hate that. I hate that.
And
about the industry, just in general.
And the who are you and why would you make something? Because you are nobody. Like, well, I could become a somebody if you gave me a shot.
I actually just need a couple of your dollars.
Yes, just a little bit, some fun, something, right? So many no's. So many no's.
But people actually have the audacity to be like, who do you think you are?
Totally. You have no credits under your, or like to my father,
right?
Who is a professional but not in this industry.
Yeah.
Well, you have no credits to your name. Why would we trust your work? It's not a remake of something we can trust will make money.
Right.
Why would we? We don't have the money.
Right.
Or there's already a show or two that's like this that's making money. Why would we put more money into something that's like that we already have? And so my father was very frustrated with the response. I mean, it's funny too because he's finally experiencing what I have been experiencing for so many years.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah. Do you ever feel it breaking down? Do you ever feel out of place? When sometimes you just don't belong. The fact that I know all those lyrics is embarrassing though. Simple Plan for Life.
The other day, I just was so low, and the song that came to my head was "Carry On, Just Carry On."
You see?
Yeah.
See? No, man. For
It was
life.
epic. Yeah.
Yeah. So, welcome to my life.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he was like, "What are all these no's?" I'm like, "Yeah, right.
It doesn't just happen.
It doesn't just happen."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I just write a screenplay and it'll happen." I'm like, "That's not how it works in this industry." But then but because he doesn't know that, he's so much more willing to try stuff, and so that's how the UK happened.
Oh, nice.
Like, at what point does someone go, "Well, we should just email like cold email people in the UK"? Like, nobody.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know any better.
That's
so he
true.
did it, right? It's that like beginner's confidence.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
That is so wicked.
Hopefully it'll become a TV show and then you guys can watch it.
Absolutely. Oh my God, yes. And if I was gonna say if it's a show by the time we air this, but we'll air this so this will be aired so much sooner. So never mind. But stay updated. Follow her on
I'm like
all
next
the
week. I'm like,
socials.
it's done.
We filmed it. I just came back.
Yeah, I just came back.
I have an accent now too. Hello.
Like what's her name in Friends where she's just like, I'm total arse. I'm total arse.
Total arse. But yeah, that's wicked. I hope that becomes a show.
Me too,
that'd
man.
Be so
It's
cool.
been a long time coming.
Absolutely, yeah. That is a long. I can already see the interviews now of you talking about it, being like, passion project for a lot of years.
You should go check out the interview I did with Allison on Korea, and then like when it wasn't even made yet.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you'll be like what's his name? The bald guy who does all the interviews. Oh my God, why am I blanking his name right now?
Bald guy who does all the interviews. How many
Joe Rogan.
bald men? Oh yeah, I was like bald men that I know.
There's a lot of bald men with podcasts. Narrow it down.
Yeah, you narrowed it to like 5 bald men.
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
So it's coming. So it's coming.
Absolutely. You heard it here first.
Your head just spinning like in like his thing.
Yeah. Exactly. Just steal all his marketing.
Yeah. Why the heck not? He can't sue.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Might as well.
We're in Canada.
Exactly. Oh, I love it. Alrighty, I think we'll wrap it up.
Let's
Is there
do it.
anything that you wanted to say, or like that question that I didn't ask that you were like hoping to like tell the people? Anything?
Tell the people. Let me tell the people. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I guess just like follow your dreams, man.
Yeah.
You know, I just think people are afraid to defy society. And I don't mean that like cause riots and stuff. Just stop letting people put you in boxes and stop putting yourselves in boxes. I think that would be the thing I would want to say the most.
Wicked.
Yeah.
All right, well, you're gonna have to repeat that for our fast 5 questions. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, okay. So we like to finish this podcast with a fast 5 questions.
Ooh.
So here are your questions.
Okay.
What's your favorite beverage?
Water. Okay.
Lame. No, I'm just kidding.
Hold on.
Water is life.
Hold on. First, bubble tea.
Bubble tea.
I love bubble tea. Actually, yes. So that should have been my answer. But
I can't do the texture.
You either love it or you hate it.
I
I love
aloe
it.
water.
Okay, hold on. So I'm not only a bubble tea lover, but I'm a weird bubble tea lover. I love it hot.
What?
Yeah, it's so
That is
good
weird.
hot.
I like it without the bubble.
So you don't like bubble tea. You like tea.
I like milk tea.
Oh, milk tea's good. That would be a latte.
Yeah.
You like lattes.
I like London fogs.
They're great. Ooh, I want one.
They're so actually during this time of year, white hot chocolate with an apple cinnamon tea bag. I call it Christmas in a cup. So good.
Ooh.
It's so good.
Does that not kick you? The white chocolate? Is it like super
Absolutely.
sweet? Oh yeah, okay. Just checking.
I have a
Just not
super
get one while I'm
sweet.
driving.
Yeah, exactly. Are you sweet or savory?
I'm sweet.
Sweet? Yeah, I like it.
Oh,
Sweet.
I love a sweet.
Sweet. That doesn't count as my fast five.
Okay.
Name 3 on-set must-haves.
Ooh, okay, and I need to think of it this fast.
I can cut it.
3 on-set must-haves. We're talking on-set while filming, or we're talking like in your trailer? Because I find those are different.
Do both.
Okay, a charger for your trailer.
Yes.
A book or headphones, something to pass the time.
Yes.
And a blanket
Yeah.
or something, or a sweater, something to
That's
keep you
true.
warm.
Yeah.
Because it can get cold sometimes, and sometimes you can't figure out the temperature control in your trailer. And then on set, I would say water. It's hard because like sometimes you don't have you can't.
True.
A good attitude. On-set must
And the
have.
Christmas spirit.
Actually, I would say bring a toothbrush. Maybe not on
Toothbrush.
set, but like after lunch, you might want to brush your teeth. That's more trailer stuff.
Fair. Yeah. Especially for them kissing scenes.
Yeah. But they make you mouthwash now. COVID regulations.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Wow. Women everywhere rejoicing.
Yes, and all the coffee drinkers are thankful too.
Yeah, exactly. Favorite genre to watch?
Okay, comedy and horror.
Yeah?
Yeah, if you can
Nice.
get it together, like something like Totally Killer, I'm all for that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, what's your favorite genre to act? Do you have one?
I think comedy.
Nice.
I think I love. Yeah.
love comedy.
Yeah.
Love that.
Love it.
A quote you live by or try to live by?
I try to present myself without apologies and with absolute sincerity. And anything that has to do with authenticity. Guillermo del Toro says that. And, he's like the father monster sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so I think I really leaned into that. I think like living without apologies is so important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we're all going to die anyway.
You might as well be fucking fucked up and fun.
Exactly. Rock and roll.
That's right. You don't have to do the drugs part though. You can leave that out.
Yeah, I can leave that out.
Yeah.
Just the rock and roll
Just
part.
the rock.
And I'm pretty sure I asked 5 questions, but I'm going to add one. A piece of advice for other creatives who are just starting out on their acting journey or something to your younger self?
Don't take so long to love yourself.
Ooh. Aww. That's so cute.
Can you please zoom into her reaction? Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. Because I think it took me till 30 to really like look in the mirror and go, yeah, like I'm awesome. And not in like a cocky way, but I deserve like my life and I deserve what I've worked for. And I think it takes us so long.
Yeah.
Like why? Why does
You
it take
feel
us
like you have to earn it.
Why do we have to?
And it's
but
like, but you don't.
You can earn the experience, but why do we have to earn the love that we put out into the world? Like, why do we have to feel like we're not worthy of it?
Right.
Especially as women. I know that men, I feel it too, so I don't want to diminish that, but like, you don't need to hate your body. Like, you don't even need to start hating your body. Can we just say? There's no point in your life where you need to actually start doing that. So, yeah, that would be my wisdom.
Love it.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being on the podcast. This might be my longest episode, and I love it.
Shit, sorry.
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
Cut to, I hate it when actors talk. It's so wanky. I don't want to talk about myself.
They just ramble on and 30 hours later.
Yeah, I hate it when actors talk so long. We're gonna make it short. 80 minutes. Yeah, 80 years later.
No, but I love it. I enjoyed every second of talking to you
Me
today on the
too.
podcast. This is a lot of fun. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you made it all the way to the end of the interview, I really hope you did, because this is one of my favorite conversations thus far. And for more interviews, check out my channel, Creative Full Time. And we'll see you next time.